Hey everybody, this is Travis Tuning with 4 Tunings. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a gear review for the Cloak mod drop leg holster from Alien Gear. Alright, so I thought it'd be a good idea. I could just shoot this review out here in the outdoors. I'm going to go set up a game camera, which I pulled a rookie mistake last weekend. Went to set it up, packed in 2 miles, only to find out I'd left my memory card back in the truck. So didn't put my game camera up, and the freaking mosquitoes are out. Like, this is pretty annoying. So I'm going to go through a few quick things right now, finish up the review back home. Okay, so if many of you are like me, you may like to pack your pistol with you while you're out hunting, whether you're bow hunting or rifle hunting. I definitely like to pack mine when I'm bow hunting. Living in Wyoming, a lot of hunting in the Wyoming range and the Wind Rivers, we have bears, we have grizzlies. So here is what I would carry. My Springfield XDM 45. There we go there. In this case, during the last several hunting seasons. In this case is just a, I don't know if it's Bianchi international case. I liked it because it just kind of covered the gun up. But here is how I would always pack this. So there's no real belt loop on this gun. Perhaps you could see that there. So I couldn't put it on my belt. So I would take where the snap is, unsnap that, bring it up through what is my waistband on my pack, and then lock it in there. The only problem I don't like with that is it kind of hangs. It's not really locked in. It's not in some natural position for me to unsnap and pull the gun. Kind of just a pain. It could swing around here on my waist belt, as you can see. Doesn't stay locked in place. So I wanted to get something different. Hence the drop leg holster. Okay, so the Cloak mod drop leg holster. This is straight out of the package. This is what it looks like. Nice, shiny, and bright. One thing that's always hard to tell in the review or in the pictures online is what that gap looks like at the bottom of the holster there. There you can kind of see. There's the side of it there. One thing I do like about this has that trigger guard spot right there. My Springfield 45 ACP. I just want to see how it fits right into this Cloak mod straight out of the package. So there it is. Just slid that in. Looks sharp. Got the cover guard there over the trigger. Here's the end of it. Yeah, it looks good. I'm going to pull this in and out a few times. Feels pretty good snug. Like, see how it's not wiggling. Gun ain't moving. I can't move it left or right here. Up and down. I'm just light pressure. I'm not pulling that out. I had to give that some force, so that's what I'm looking for. I was looking for some sort of holster that would actually cover up the end here as I'm hunting. I was worried about always putting it in the dirt. So having it attached to my leg, staying on my leg, not attached to my backpack where I'm taking my backpack off, setting it down on the ground. That's what I was really worried about, so I'm hoping that just kind of alleviates that problem there. Didn't realize the freaking mosquitoes out here were going to be this bad. They must have just come out. Sounds cool. Looks good. So these modulars are very interchangeable. They're very adjustable, and that's something I'm just going to show you guys back at the house. I think I'm going to try some of the other spacers. Right there, you can see 2 spacers. There's a clear picture for you. And so your package comes with different spacers to either enlarge the gap here for your gun or shrink it in. So this holster can fit over 500 models of guns, and that's what those spacers will be for. Feels pretty good for this gun. I think I'm going to get my business done here today. I got an empty magazine right now. I'm going to load that up. I think I'm going to get this hike done, take it back home, get out of the mosquitoes. We'll be right back. Alright, so I just finished a 5-mile hike wearing my drop leg holster here, and man, it feels awesome. It's gonna be one of the best buys I did this summer, coming up with the hunting season. So it feels really good. You got these two straps here that go around your leg. They're so soft, some sort of neoprene fabric there. You got this strap right here that connects to your belt. It's a Velcro strap, and it's a lot of Velcro. With my dog Casper. But it's a lot of Velcro, so when you're out bow hunting or something like that, it's not going to be something you're going to be taking off and on. You'll leave it on. After 5 miles though, it feels great. It moved well with me over logs, so not a problem there. I am probably going to adjust this. It comes at the medium setting. I want it up higher, so there you can see my gun, and I'm putting my hand down to it, and I'm about 2 inches high from that saddle on the handle. Now I'd like my hand to just drop right onto the gun. See, I gotta just give it a little slouch to get to the gun. I mean, it's quick, but I kind of want to be able to reach down, feel it right there with my hands, right in the saddle of my hand there between my thumb and index finger, and just get right on there and pull it out. So, but freaking mosquitoes came out. They weren't here just 4 days ago. They're out. We're gonna do the rest of this review back at the house, in the garage, hopefully with a beer in my hand. Hey guys, so I got back home to keep doing some video for the drop leg holster, and just didn't have the time. Came out here camping. Thought I would show you a few things out here while I have this awesome backdrop with the Grand Tetons behind me. I was going to show you how to adjust from your high riding height to your low, and this is how it's going to move up and down your leg from the kind of down by your knee or up towards your hip a little bit more. So I'll just show you this. I thought this would be kind of quick and easy. Let's go through it. I'm going to scoot in though so that you can actually see this nice and close. Alright guys, so here's what the drop leg holster comes. When it shows up to your doorstep, this is what it looks like. Here's the webbing straps pulled in tight right here. This will be where your thigh, your leg is. And the primary straps behind there, which you can lower. You have a top, middle, and low adjustments. And actually for the purposes of this, the top adjustment they consider the low. So if it's in this notch, it's going to be riding lower on your leg. The middle adjustment comes up a little bit higher. Mosquito in my ear. And then you have the low adjustment here, which they actually call the high, because that's going to pull it up your leg. So you kind of got to pull these webbing straps out of the way. Just kind of pull them out like that. And here's what it shows up like. There's the primary strap, and there's this little piece of Velcro right here. But it's not strapped around anything right now. So what you want to do, if you want it in this low slot, which will make it ride lower on your leg, pull this webbing strap through here. Just kind of wiggle it through. And there we go. And then, oops, I pulled it all the way through. You slide that back through. There we go right there. Slap that Velcro on, tighten it down. Hope that's showing up good. So that is for if you want it to ride low on your leg. Okay, so I've shown you that top strap. I've now pulled the primary strap through that top slot, also known as the low slot, I think. And so the middle slot, you can't really get the strap into. You would have to take this backing plate off here. Here's 4 screws right there. You have an Allen wrench that comes with the kit. You'd have to take that off to get it to the middle. But I wanted it to be a little bit higher, as you recall. I wanted that pistol to come right up to my hand. So what I can do, pull that primary strap down, and I'm going to come into what is their high slot right here at the bottom of the drop leg holster. Slide that Velcro through there. Get it to just kind of pop out for you so you can grab it. Got it. And now I'm going to pull that through kind of tight, strap it back up right there. There we go. Now it's in the high position for my leg, and it's in that lower slot down there. So then you just kind of strap these back up, and I'm good to go. Why don't I put that on and see if that shows up good. All right guys, so I got the holsters back on me here. I have raised it up my leg by putting that primary strap in the low slot, so it's raised it up actually on my leg. And now when I go to put my hand on it, it's on the gun right there. Kind of want it forward just a little bit for me. Bugs. So there you go. Now, as I showed you before, when the primary strap was in that high slot, then the gun was about 2 inches below my hand right there. And so now it fits right to my hand, and I'm pulling it up. That looks good. I'll get a little bit closer so you can see that. There you see my hand on the gun, how it rests. Not much bend, it just falls right into place. My hand does rub a little bit on there, but as much as I'm going to be using that outdoors, it's not a big deal. Pull that up. Would be nice if they put something a little soft on this webbing right here. Kind of won't rub your thumb on that. I've been using this the last few days ranger riding around here. This is not just an unboxing video. I'm actually using it right now. So that's what I wanted to show you for today. We got to go back home though. I'm going to put it on the table, get the Allen wrench out, show you some of the adjustments. So what I would like to show you now though is how to actually disassemble parts of the drop leg holster here so that you could change up the canter on the holster. That's what we're going to do now. Getting the 4th screw out here. I'd be kind of curious to see what this does look like, the full system. And it just kind of came right off. Alright, so here is that rigid nylon backer. Get into focus, there we go. And it actually has these lines that show you which way to adjust your cant, if you go in this way or this way. So here is neutral, we got forward and reverse. So let's, a little dust from the ranger riding. So I was in the neutral position. Here's the thigh plate. Let me see where those were. Those would have been in the middle, those 3, yep. So here's the holes on the thigh plate. And as you can see, there's kind of 4 sets of 3 here. So on the top, to do the forward cant, the pegs will go in these forward holes. And then on the bottom though, because you have to forward that cant, the pegs on the nylon backer have to come into the back hole. So it goes into this hole right here, and then this one in the far back. I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you put it together. Once you see it, there is a forward cant. That's what it looks like. That's how it would be on your thigh. I should just try this out since I have it taken apart. Okay, I'm going to put the nylon screws back into the back. Take me a second here. We're going to try it on. I just want to know what it feels like since I have this taken apart at this time. Okay. Alright everybody. There is the drop leg holster with the forward cant. I'm going to put my Springfield 45 into there. That actually feels pretty good. If you can quite see that. Forward cant is 17 degrees forward. I still think the neutral position is going to be what I like, pulling it straight up, because I'm going to want to do that naturally, I believe. You can barely even tell the difference looking straight down my body at it, but yeah, I could see people easily liking that. Alright, so we tried that forward cant out. Now I want to try that reverse cant. Got to take those 4 little screws out again. And so it's just going to take a minute. Then after that, I'm going to decide which cant I personally liked the best, and I'm going to put the thigh plate with that nylon backer back together in the position I like. Kind of like that neutral position at this point. Once I decide that I'm going to which cant I want, if it's that neutral cant, they do recommend putting in some blue Loctite on these screws back into the device. That way the blue Loctite really holds it tight, the screws from backing themselves out. Just a little blue Loctite. Don't forget not to use red Loctite. Lock that sucker in permanently. Okay, I'm gonna try the reverse cant. So all I gotta do is pop that back off like I've already shown. There we go. So instead of the forward going cant or the neutral, we're now gonna go back a little bit. So I'm gonna put these pegs, these top pegs, in the far back holes here. It'll just naturally line up the bottom pegs, which will look like they're moving forward this way. These pegs go this way, these pegs go that way. It just kind of naturally lines itself right up. There we go. Yep, and I could see it now. There's the reverse. I'm going to put the screws back in, double check, put this on my waist, and see what that looks like, see how it feels. So we will be right back. Alright everybody, I got the reverse cant on now, just get that up there, there it is. Of course I'm wearing might look a little funny because I didn't have pants on, so I had warm-ups on. So I got the belt just here to hold the holster. Here we go though. Reverse cant. I got that primary strap in that low position again, so it brings it up to where my hand fits right here. Feels good. I actually like it. I mean, it feels good. So all three positions have felt really good to me. But I just can feel my arm having to and my wrist, just that slight tweak backwards to pull out and forwards to pull out. I like that straight up motion. I'm taking the thigh plate, it's back off. This is where, at this point, if I actually wanted to do that middle adjustment instead of a high or low, but kind of in the middle depending on your reach, I would have to take this apart, thread in the primary strap into the middle there. That way I could put this back together and tie the screws back in. That's how you would get to that middle adjustment. I'm not going to do that one for this video because that's going to be kind of a little bit of a pain in the butt. Stick with the high or low if you can. Just for reference, as I keep showing you how my hand slides right on top of my gun at a perfect arm length for me. 6 foot tall, but I think my reach was 73.5. So there it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea maybe of where your hand placement might be on the gun. Piece right here. And supposedly they do. These two pieces can come apart. And I'm going to do this to show you guys the spacers, these little rubber pieces right here. If I get some light in there, I think you can see them. Little rubber spacers sitting in there. And when you get your stuff from Alien Gear, you get, stuff's falling out all over the place, a bunch of these little rubber spacers of different sizes. Oh, it's focusing on me. Then there's this cool little Alien Gear head one right here too. Not quite sure what that goes on. That might be an outside the waistband paddle. I'm sure that they actually probably just put the same kit like in a bunch of the different models they have on Alien Gear's website. So for me, I think these are probably about the medium size spacers that I have in here. There's 4 3/8, 2 1/2 inch, and 2 5/8. Why is there only 2 1/2 inch? because they're backups. So what is in there now, I believe, is a 1/2-inch spacer. And I think that these 2 1/2-inch spacers are just backups in case these other ones go bad or you lose one. I'm going to take apart with my little Allen wrench again these 4 screws that are right here on top of the plate. On the outer plate there's 2 over here, 2 right here. And we'll go ahead and pause the camera for now as I do that part. Alright, so one of those little 3/8 spacers was being a little bit of a pain in the butt. Got it fixed. There was just too much rubber on the back side there. Got it fixed up. I'm now going to put the holster shell back on here. So I didn't pay attention to the weld nut on the back side, and it rotated over a little bit of the plastic on the back, which was making it not screw all the way in. There, I think we got it. Just a good little learning lesson though. There I saw the same thing, so that, oops. So the weld nut on the back side was not staying poked through, so you might want to hold your thumb on that weld nut so it stays in place. Looks good. Everything's on there solid. My gun's not going to fit these. Let's just give this a shot. There you go. So the 3/8 spacers will not fit my Springfield XDM 45 at all. But you get the idea now. That is what the main point of this was. Just kind of showing you how to do this. So now I got to take these 4 screws back out, put these 4 little 1/2-inch spacers back in, put the screws back in, and then after that, just show you a little bit of the retention. You just kind of tighten or loosen these to get that perfect fit to your gun. So I'm going to be right back in just a second. Back to what it actually originally came in the package, which fit my gun very well. Just don't forget, go with the big spacers if you want less retention on this paddle. If you want that gun to be kind of loose and draw that out, then go with the bigger spacers. You want it to be tight, tighter in the paddle like I do. Of course, now this spacer is going to be a little turd berry to keep in there. But I liked my retention to be tight, so that's why I'm coming back to these 1/2-inch spacers. As you change spacers, they do come with additional screws in the package. Do be aware of that. You may have to switch up to a longer screw in order for it to fit the spacers correctly and fit into that nut on the back. One other really cool thing with the Alien Gear brand, one, made in the USA, believe somewhere in Idaho, which is actually kind of cool. But also, the spacers don't even look good now. Kind of wish I would have never taken it apart. But also they give you a 30-day trial period. You go ahead and you wear that sucker and see if you like it. Send it back, get something different if you have to. Man, these spacers, once you take them off, they're just a little tricky getting back on there. And so what I'm doing right here is I'm putting that back together. That is how you adjust your retention as well. Tighten it, loosen it. I'm going to tighten them down tight at first, all 4. There, now I got all 4 in. I'm going to just tighten them down snug, not real tight. Dang it. Blue Loctite, folks. Said you need to use it. Just realized it sitting here. I'm putting this back on, and I should have used Blue Loctite on those. Gosh dang it. I'm going to take them back out, put the Blue Loctite on the screws. Be right back. Of these outside screws through the paddle now with Blue Loctite. I'm going to put my gun into it at this moment, and it's definitely tighter than where it was. So see, if I'm trying to pull it off, like that's too tight. So I want to unloosen all these a little bit. I'm going to do my best guess to point my Allen wrench that direction, maybe a half turn. I'm going to do that to each of them. Do this one, get in there, and this one. Kind of work that over. Still pretty tight. Too tight. Well, there you have it, everybody. There is your Cloak mod drop leg holster from Alien Gear. I've been using it for several hikes now and for a camping trip. Been liking it a lot. It's really good. I just adjusted my tension a little bit here, and it feels really good coming in and out. These guys have an ironclad guarantee. They say if there's some broken parts that occur, you ship it back to them. I haven't tried out their customer service, but American company, I'm feeling probably pretty good that these guys are pretty solid behind their guarantee. So they got that forever warranty. There's the 30-day test drive. I'm probably about 2 weeks into mine. I'll be wearing it next weekend again. I'm not going to be sending it back. Come on. It's pretty sweet. So overall, great webbing, strapping. Felt great around my legs. It's nice and thick, comfortable. There's the strap that goes around the part of your pants, around your belt. That holds it in nice and snug. Great product. So anyways, if you like this video, hit subscribe. I got more stuff, more gear I'm looking to get. This is one of the gear pieces that I wanted to get for my bison hunt coming up this year. It's something I've just been wanting for a while, but it just kind of triggered me to go get it. This is going to be a great addition to all my toys that I get to pack around with me while I'm out hunting. So thank you very much, and until next time, we'll see you later and have a good night.